أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So right now, Dr. Umar Sulaiman is doing this challenge of memorizing Surah Al-Baqarah before next Ramadan. So we have 1 year for everyone who wants to join. And basically, we're doing one page a week. So I'm just gonna share my experience after doing the first page. Baqarah page 1 is basically from verse 21 to 25, 5 verses, right? And this one, if you already memorized small surah or even Surah Al-Fatiha, which have 7 verses, or the small surah An-Nas, Falaq, Ikhlas, then I think everyone can memorize these 5 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. And for me, it was not that hard. Again, it's just repetition, right? And with some, of course, memorizing with proper tajweed. There's the app called Tortil app that I use, and you can choose the voices that works for you. Some people like the voices faster, some people slower. There's all type of voices there, and I find one that works for me, that's slow pace, and where I don't have to struggle with the breathing. So this have frequent stop and then you go back. And alhamdulillah, these first 5 verses was able to memorize them in the 1 week. So this was only 5 verses, so it was just like one verse a day. And then of course we're gonna do page 2 where it's gonna have more verses, but it's a good start. So here, like, we have the first verse, Alif Lam Mim. Because these are the letters. We're not going to do tafsir here. That would be for, you can watch other videos about that, where we have a lot of ulama who can go deep into this explanation. But the lam, of course, you're doing very long, right? Some people say 6 count or more. So lam mim. So the lam very long. Lam, and then the mim you hold it twice. Mim. So you only have 3 letters, so everyone can do this, of course, to get the correct way, and also it sets you up to the surah, right? Once you do that, you really get into it. It's not like saying Alif Lam Mim, right? And then you rush it, but once you go in a good way, then you really connect it to get to the next verse. Alif Lam Mim. The next one, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. So this is how I like to do it, but there's some flexibility. Some readers do ذلك الكتاب لا ريب. Stop a little bit. Then go فيه هدى للمتقين. The only thing, you cannot stop in both. You cannot say ذلك الكتاب لا ريب, stop there, and then say فيه, and so you cannot do that. So you got to choose if you want to stop at ذلك الكتاب لا ريب, or if you want to stop ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. Of course, there is some Arabic alphabet that we all need to learn to pronounce the letters very well. The hu, the ha, muttaqin, right? And when you stop in muttaqin, is a noon, is not a meme, right? Muttaqin. So you want to make the noon sound, not be mindful of that. Next verse, الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. So here you have الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة. So some specialists here, they say you don't want to make the qaf too deep. You go ويقيمون الصلاة. You don't want to يقيمون الصلاة, right? So, and the reason about it, at least for me, when you're reading, it make it easier to for the flow, right? If you go deep, it's hard to connect to the next one. So when you everything these rules they have there's a wisdom behind them. It's when you repeat them, you see, oh wow, it make it easier actually to read if I do it that way. Some people stop at as-salat, then they go back. They're like, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ. Then, because it's not the end of the verse, you need to go back and so you can continue. وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. So depending on how your breathing is going. But the more you, at least for me, the more you memorize, the more your breathing improve. It's like going at the gym. The more you're doing it, the more like, oh my God, I'm able to finish this verse, you know. Um, and then the next one, this one a little bit longer. You can take a little bit of breath. Excuse me. والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك. The verse is not done yet, so I stop to catch my breath a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back. وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. The noon is there, right? يوقنون. So when I just started this one, I was not able to finish it, right? Like my first week, like I have to stop. Now I'm surprised with myself. Excuse me. Sometimes when I'm reading it, I still have a lot of breath. I feel like sometimes I can go all the way to get the whole verse. That's very interesting. So if I try to repeat it now, I think I can get the whole verse. Let's try it. والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. So I was able to do it. And then of course you have the ma and then the elongation for the ma. So you wanna they say you wanna prolong here like 4 times at least. So bima, so you don't want bima unzila ilaik. And for me, when I do that, actually helps you when you elongating it, it's actually help your breathing. For whatever reason, once you repeat, you will see. Once you do bima, it's like you're taking air in. And then once you go to the next one, that's how you can finish the verse with being surprised. So these tajweed techniques actually they're very good breathing exercise as well while you're getting the blessing of the Quran. And you're gonna see that the breathing, at the start is scary. You think it's too hard, but the more you repeat, and it's interesting. Quote the last verse, verse 5. أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. I can also take the whole verse. أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. So this one of the mistake I was doing at the start, you gotta be careful because when you go ulaika ala hudam, you have hudam, so you have the shidda on the meme. So if you go fast, you're gonna say ulaika ala hudam mir rabbihim, which is not the correct tajweed, right? So you want to be mindful here because sometimes you get into it and then you want to go fast. Ulaika ala hudam mir rabbihim, but there's a shidda in the meme, so you have to do proper tajweed there. أولئك على هدى من ربهم على هدى من ربهم على هدى من ربهم. And then you can finish the verse. وأولئك هم المفلحون. Of course, both of the أولئك, you make them longer, right? أولئك. And also it helps you pace yourself, the breathing, everything we talked about. And muflihun with the noon. All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. صدق الله العظيم. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.